In section 1.4, we're going to talk about organizing categorical data. So we're going to start by talking a little bit about different ways we can organize data. And then actually for the first time, we're actually going to get into some mathematical calculations and different things needed as we're going throughout this section. Right? So to first start with, we're going to talk a little bit about organizing our data. So raw data has been collected, but it may be difficult to read or understand because it has yet to be organized. So this is just collecting and looking at once we have our basic data set. Right? Two-way tables are a common method for summarizing two potentially related categorical variables to use in a two-way table. Two-way tables show how many times each combination of categories occurs. And then if we kind of take a little peek down here at that first example, that's an example of a two-way table. Right? A frequency is the number of times a value is observed or counted in a data set. Right? So frequency means how frequently, right, this data value occurs. Right, so in this first example, we're just going to look a little bit at a two-way table and the type of information that we can get out of it. So we've taken some raw data and we have organized it into this nice little two-way table. Notice that we have two sets of categorical variables here, not always and always. So here's one set, and then male and female, another set of categorical variables. Again, they're categorical variables because they are words. Right, so to put this table in context, something that we've talked a lot about, we're going to read the example up here. The Youth Behavior Risk Survey is a national study that asks American youths aged 14 to 17 years old about potentially risky behaviors. The participants were asked whether they wear a seatbelt while driving or riding in a car. Right, so what this table, this two-way table is showing us is the seatbelt use in male and female youths aged 14 to 17 years old. Right, notice that along the bottom and along our column over here, we have room for totals. Right, so in some examples, your totals may be given to you. In some examples, you may be required to fill them out. We just find by adding all of our different values in our column. So the participants that said that they did not always wear a seatbelt, we're going to add 2 males plus 3 females to get 5. Right, always 3 plus 5 gives us 8. Now we're going to go down our columns. Males, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 5 is 8. And then the fact that these are the same is just purely coincidence at this point. But our total down here in the bottom, especially if we're working with large numbers, one kind of nice way to check and make sure we didn't make any addition errors is to add both these numbers and these numbers. Right? So 5 plus 8 gives us 13. 5 plus 8 over here still gives us 13. So we have a total of 13 people. Okay. So looking at this, how many men are in the sample? Right, well, our total for our males is 5. How many women? Well, our total for our females is 8. Right. How many people do not always wear seatbelts? We have 5. How many always wear seatbelts? That is 8. Right. So when we're setting up a two-way table, again, we've got different categorical variables along our column headings and along our row headings. Right? And then as we're going through and we're thinking about these, we can tally or total each of our different rows and columns, and that should give us the total number of people involved in this particular data set.